If you're watching this, it means that either you didn't have 3 hours to watch the first day of Time to Rise Summit by Tony Robbins, or you watched it but you wanted to have another video that has a summary so that you can come back to and always remember what you learned today. So let's dive in. Tony started today by talking about 3 skills that all of us need to have. One is pattern recognition, understanding that something that is happening right now might have happened before, and being able to understand that this is a pattern and recognize the pattern. Second skill is pattern utilization, is when you not only understand that something is happening, but you also understand how to use it. For example, in easier terms, if you're a musician, first, you recognize there is some pattern to create something like a masterpiece. Then you utilize those patterns. You use what other people have created in order to play something, right? And the third step is pattern creation, is when you get that skill so much, when you get so good at something that you can be the one who's creating a pattern. And it's like when you create your own masterpiece. Or if you have a business, understanding, let's say, what happens in, economy and how businesses work, and then using them in your advantage in order to create or make more money. And also the last step, pattern creation, is when you create something that might be an innovation that comes to the market. Your business is creating something new. Then he talked about the 3 decisions that we make at any moment. When something happens, we decide what to focus on. We decide what does it mean to us. And we decide how we want to feel about it. The feeling comes from the meaning that we give to stuff. COVID happened for everybody, and we had different choices. We could feel like we could decide to say that this is something that is happening to everybody, so maybe I can use this time in my advantage and start something that I always said I don't have time for. Or we chose to just give the meaning of, oh, this is something bad and the world is going to end, so I'm not going to do anything. So we get to choose. This is happening at every moment of life. We decide what to focus on, and then we give it a meaning, and based on that meaning, we feel differently. And then he talked about we are here in this summit because we want to feel different. If you're doing good, maybe we want to do great. If you're feeling sad, maybe we want to feel happy. So there is something that we want to change. It's about the feeling, and that feeling is the emotions that we have towards something that is happening around us or within us. And if you want to master your life and the quality of your life, you need to master your emotions. Then he talked about the 3 mandates of leadership. The first step is to see things as they are, not worse than they are. The second step is to see things better than they are. And the third step is to create the things the way we see them, basically close the gap. We see things as they are and better than they are, and we see how we can get from here to close the gap. Then he talked about breakthrough. Breakthrough is a moment in time that the impossible becomes possible and you act on it. So the keywords here are moment. So in a moment, your life can change. And the second keyword is act. You need to act on it. And what are the triggers for having a breakthrough? Maybe a conversation, maybe a challenge, maybe something is happening that you see a new perspective. Maybe you have a new experience, maybe you have a new insight. Something is happening that all of a sudden an impossible becomes possible and you act on it. In order for us to understand our breakthroughs, he asked 3 questions. He asked, what is one breakthrough that you had? And think about that moment. What was that moment? This is the second question. What was that moment that changed it all? And the last question is that what made it possible, what made the change possible to last? Maybe a new belief, a new strategy, or a new tool? Tony asked us to answer these questions, and then we moved on to the next topic. Next topic was about changing your state. It really matters what state you're in emotionally in the results that you're gonna get. He always talks about this, and I have so many videos on this, but I'm gonna touch base on it really quickly. So Tony has something called a triad. This is a tool that he uses, and he has us or his coaches to help other people using this amazing tool. This is one of the biggest and most important tools that Tony has. It's called the triad. The triad has 3 parts, and it's about how you can become a better version of yourself by just changing your emotional state, your state of mind. And the first step of it is physiology. Physiology is how you hold your body. Where's your head? Is it up or down? Is your shoulders down or up? How do you breathe? Are you standing confidently or not? You might have heard about this power pose that you stand like this, you put your hands on your waist, and if you hold that pose for 2 minutes, you will decrease the cortisol level by 25%, increase your testosterone level by, I think, about 20 or 30%, don't quote me on this, and then you increase your chances of taking action and taking risk by 33%. So you increase your chances of taking action by just holding this power pose for 2 minutes. Why not doing that, right? So the first step was physiology. Then is focus or belief. What do you focus on? And what do you believe in that moment? If something is happening, where is your focus? On what you can do or can't do? What do you believe? You believe that you'll make it happen, or you believe that it's impossible? And then the third part of the triad is language. Language is the words that you use either when you're talking to yourself or out loud. So it matters if you say I'm confident versus saying I'm lazy, I can't do this, I'm shy, or whatever. Anyways, so it really matters what words you use. So this is a triad, and these are the steps to change your state. If you want to learn more about the triad, you can watch some of the videos that I have, and if I remember, I will definitely add the link to those videos to this video as well, so that you can click on it somewhere here, and you can watch them. Last and the most impactful part of this event today was when he talked about different personalities that we have inside of us. So you see, when you pay attention to yourself, sometimes you feel confident, you can do it, you never give up. You're like, I said I'm gonna take a video, you take the video, although it's super late at night, but because you wanted to do it, you just do it. That is your warrior. My warrior is doing this and taking this video for you because I really wanted to do this for you. So this is my, probably a big portion of it is my warrior making me do it. So the part in you, that part of you that will make it happen and doesn't quit, he or she might get tired, but will never quit on you, will never die. She or he is there. That's the part that has the fire inside of you. That's your warrior. We all have a lot of different personalities inside of us, but he focused on 4, and the first one was warrior. And then he asked us to really feel that warrior inside of us and touch that part of our body that we feel our warrior lives. So it might be your shoulders, head, anywhere, right? So then you touch that part and really get into that state, really see yourself as your warrior, and then ask yourself, you don't ask, actually, you say, My warrior says all you need to focus on is, so your warrior will help you. So if you're in a situation, let's say you feel stuck, then you touch that body part and say, my warrior says all you need to focus on at this moment is that you're here to serve. You said you want to take a video and you're taking the video no matter what. It doesn't matter if you might not go as you wanted, if it's not as efficient as you wanted, or maybe some people don't like it, but I'm here to do this. I said I will do it, and I'm doing it. This is my warrior, right? So you touch that part, and I absolutely recommend you to go watch this part of the training and listen to Tony. Maybe listen to me finish this part, and don't forget to like and comment and subscribe to support my page. But then go to Tony's event and maybe go to the last maybe 40 minutes and then watch this part with him and do it. I think it's definitely more empowering, and the reason it is because I really want to summarize it for you, so I can't dive deeper, otherwise I would. And if you're part of my Cafe Society, you've already done this before, so you know what I'm talking about. The second part that we have inside of us is the magician. Magician is the wise one with a smile, is the one that knows that it's all a matter of perception. The magician is the part that knows that this is a game, and it's just everything can change in a snap, in a matter of a second. You can change things, you can magically change things. And this part of you is, you have to find it first where it resides, and then touch that body part. And maybe it's in your heart. Oops, and I just touched the microphone and I might have ruined the audio, but anyways, so you touch that body part that you feel like your magician is living, and bring it out and ask again, and listen to your magician that says, my magician says all I need to remember is, my magician says all I need to focus on is, and my magician says all you need to focus on is that you're here to serve, so you can have fun. Even if you touch the microphone and it creates a really bad noise, it's totally fine. You're here to serve, do it. The third one is the lover. Lover is the one who loves everything, loves life, loves people, loves challenges. It's just that part of you that is alive and loves to just give love, send love, and feel loved. Again, you touch that part of your body that you feel like your lover is in or resides in, and you ask yourself again, you say, my lover says all I need to focus on is, my lover says all I need to focus on is that I'm here to give people, and this comes from love. So don't judge yourself, don't be hard on yourself. Do it, enjoy it, have fun, feel alive doing it. The last one is your sovereign. It's your king or queen. It's the wise one. It's the one that knows that I can lose the battle, but I won't lose the war. I can lose this battle, but I will not lose the war, right? This is the one who's maybe connected to a higher power and knows that I've been there. This is the one that can see the patterns we talked about. This is the one that needs to be in the command chair. Sometimes we send our warrior to the battlefield without having the king or queen sitting at their command chair and telling the warrior what to do. This is super important because sometimes we feel tired and we're like, I do everything, but I still feel tired and I feel like I haven't achieved anything, is because we didn't get the right character in the right seat, and we didn't get them to talk to each other. So that's what he did next. After asking, I need to remember, my queen says, or my king says, all I need to focus on is, right? My queen says, all I need to focus on is that I know all of these. I teach all of these. So it's totally fine to be me and to explain everything that Tony just said today and summarize it for others who couldn't have listened to it. So listen to your king or queen, and also let them talk to each other. That's what Tony did afterwards. So he had the warrior talk to the queen or king, and the king or queen talk to the magician talking to warrior, and lover talking to everybody. And when you let them talk, oh my God, it's an amazing experience. So again, I would definitely go watch this part of the summit, the replay, if you can find it on YouTube, and do it. If not, let me know. We might be able to give you some stuff, not from Tony, but from me, so that you can watch. But it's about connecting to the right part of you and listening to that part when it's needed. When you feel maybe alone or lonely, maybe you need to listen to your lover. And when you feel tired, maybe you have to listen to your warrior and see what happened. Maybe the magician is needed. Maybe the queen or king is needed at their chair, right? So this is how you get them to talk to each other. And then when you do this, you are able to see the patterns, recognize them, and then utilize them. And eventually you get to the point that you start creating new patterns. The last but not least was 3 questions that Tony asked. Tony asked, what was your old story? What was your old story? What did you tell yourself before learning all of these? And now, what is your new story based on the conversations between the sovereign, the magician, the warrior, and the lover? What did you hear? What is your new story? And how would your life change with this new story? How do you feel when you live this life, this new story? And one thing that I want to mention is that whenever we're stuck, normally we ask, how do I get out of this? How can I make it happen? How, blah, blah, right? The how is a strategy. We normally focus on a strategy first, which is not the best thing to focus on. Strategy is important, but it's the 3rd step. It's about the story you tell yourself before you get to the how. And the story comes from the state you're in. We talked about the triad, right? So you need to first, anything that happens that you feel stuck or overwhelmed, or anything that you want to change, instead of how, come back to story and then state. Come to state first, get into peak state, physiology, focus, language, and then when you are in peak state, then ask yourself, what is my new story? And then listen to yourself. And if you need a guide, listen to your guide, listen to your mentor, listen to your coach, and then get to the how. How is important, but it's the 3rd step, not the 1st step. All right, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please, if you like it, help me as well by leaving me a comment. Let me know how you feel. And if you want the 2nd day summarize as well, I cannot promise. I've been in meetings since 7 a.m. and now it's 6:20 p.m. So I'll do my best if I see that it's valuable to you. All right, until next time, bye.